Hi, welcome to the BFO channel. I'm Jim. It's always fun this time of year to make some homemade gifts. Today I'm going to make another stable like this. This is the one I made for our nativity set. The one I'm going to make today is going to be this same sort of a design where it's an offset peak. I won't put a floor in it, but it'll have the sidewalls and the basic frame put together out of birch, and then this the weathered wood for the roof and for the back. So set this aside here. So Renee has already sketched me out a basic plan based on the size she needs for the current set of figurines. She already acquired the figurines for the nativity set. So I have a selection of weathered wood here and some birch bark and some birch twigs. And she gave me some rough dimensions to work within. So to start with, I'm going to mark that out on this piece of cardboard so that I have my footprint and the elevation of the front on view up here. She wants 13.5 wide and 4 3/4 max. And full height 9 3/4 inches. All right, stay within that. All right, so I've marked out footprint and my elevation. Everything's got to work within that. Now I've got some wood here that's already weathered. I need to thin this out, so I'll have to resaw some of it, either on the table saw or the bandsaw. This is 1/2 inch, and that could be my backing. Let me first figure out the roof planks. You know, this really, man, this is heavy. Oh, I think I've got an old weathered pallet right outside the door here. There's one right there. Oh, hey, look at this one right here. I think that's what I'm looking for. Okay, that top board. So I need to get that off of there without cracking it further. And that can be kind of a challenge sometimes with these old pallets. You can never have too many old ice cream buckets around. Yeah, I'm going to try the other way. That's a whole lot easier than fighting those nails. And since rustic is the look I'm going for, I'm going to leave some of those nail heads right on there. They don't stick out the back enough to snag a finger. So I think that's going to just become part of the scenery. I think I'm going to try to take my pieces out of the middle here. Now what I need to do next, before I cut this is going to be my roof section. I need to figure out what exactly my off-center peak dimensions are going to be. I like about a 1/3, 2/3 balance. So 13.5, if I do thirds, let's see, that'd be 4.5. So if I go at the 4.5 inch mark, then if I make the sidewalls a 6 inch on this side, and a little bit smaller on this side, say a 5 inch. If I want an overhang, it's got to come inbounds from that. And it's got to come inbounds by about the thickness of this to about there. So this is my offset. I'm going to have a short piece this way and a long piece that way. And so this piece is long enough that I should be able to get the long and the short from this one piece. The long side needs to be 10 1/4, and this is 6. So how far does this split go? So if I were to cut it, I suppose I could get 2 rows of nails on that one. 10 1/4, yeah, I could. So if I cut it here and just beyond those, that would give me my 10 1/4, and then the 6 would bring me to here, and that's far enough. This is cracked back this way, but I could nail it. I could hit a finish brad nailer sideways on that and secure that up. I'd put some glue in there first and then brad nail it. So I think that's going to be my roof right there. Right there is a cut. And then my 6. All right, that is perfect. I'll cut this on the bandsaw. Need to bevel that. That's good. I'm gonna mark the thickness. All right, so I've got the thickness of my roof marked. What that does is that gives me pretty much the dimensions I need for my cedar or my birch framework. For that, and working off of this cardboard backing plate is by far the quickest, easiest way to do this sort of thing, because you can just put that right where you want it, mark your spots. Same with the side pieces. I'm going to put a side piece like this. What I do for the back then, the framework, is I will make some straight slats, and I'll do that by taking this piece here. So I'm going to cut it to length, and then I'm going to take it on the bandsaw and cut it right up the middle, and that'll give me a thin piece, 2 thin pieces. What is important when you start tacking these together is that you get the angles of your cuts aligned. And the easiest way to do that is just to have them against a flat when you start tacking these together. All right, so I am ready to start putting this together. I'm using a BOSTITCH air nailer. Those are maybe 1 inchers. All right, I'm going to stop trying to narrate now because I'm going to turn on the air compressor. Oh good, the air compressor shut off for a bit. So what I'm doing here, I've got these big metal slugs of, I don't even remember where I got these, but these are heavy enough that when I put them on the bench, I can push things against them and they're not going to move unless I get just crazy on pushing. So they act almost as clamps. All right, so that is the first layer together. Now I need a ridge pole coming out the front here. And that's going to be, I don't want to push against that with my fingers. I've had too many of these brads just take a abrupt turn on their way through the material. I do want overhang on that roof by at least an inch, inch and a half. I'm going to say an inch and a quarter. So I want my little side ones to be 4 inches. Use this clamp here. You make sure that your angle up in there is flat against the roof. There we go. Try to put a second into each of these. And it's always a sign of just sheer luck whenever you get all those in and nothing's sticking out anywhere to snag the fingers. That's one of the hardest things about the little twig work like this is aiming, choosing the length of the brads and aiming them so that you don't get any overshoots sticking out the far ends of anything. Now what do I need? I need the back, the boards on the back. So that would actually work, and that would be a nice background. These are still too thick though. If I could get these ones resawn down to the same thickness as this, that would be perfect. So that's my next goal. Yeah, that needs to be just about in half. I'm gonna see if I can do one of those on the bandsaw. Okay, one more step before I tack these onto the back of that is I just want to clean up the splintery edges on these. So those bars are on the inside there for aesthetics, but I need some support across the back of this as well. Here's our original and the new one on a slightly smaller scale. Merry Christmas to you and yours. BFO channel out.